All right, headphone people, welcome back to the MrAyrit March IEMadness. We are at the final four. So let me show you the bracket up on the screen right now. This is our third round. So we did a Sweet 16, an Elite 8, and now we're down to the final four. So some good matchups today. The first matchup is going to be the KZ CRNs, the Critical Collaboration. These are about a $40 IEM versus the Shuoer Tape Pros, which come in at around $100. Okay, that's our first matchup. Our second matchup will be the ArtMagic VG4 versus the Sennheiser IE300s. Again, I'm not going to go super in depth on, packaging and things like that. That is in the Sweet 16 video. I cover all that stuff. So this is going to be pretty much just like a user experience sound comparison between these different IEMs. And with that being said, let us jump right into the first matchup. The KZ CRNs versus the Shuoer Tape Pros. Now, this one wasn't that close for me, to be perfectly honest with you. The KZ CRNs, while I do feel like they offer some pretty tremendous value for their money, they are very well tuned. They do have some decent technical capabilities for that price range. But ultimately, I feel like they kind of over sharpen things a bit, and that's how they compensate for maybe a lack of resolution in them. But I mean, nothing's too far out of whack or anything. It just doesn't come together for me into a sound that I find super enjoyable, although the tonality and balance of the IEM is really good. When I switch to the Shuoer Tape Pros, these guys just, for me, they just present, while not like a super technical performance, it's just a tremendously cohesive and smooth, easy to listen to IEM that does vocals just extremely, extremely well. And the rest of the frequencies, it does good enough that I find it just super enjoyable. I can kick back and put these things in, and I am just instantly enjoying myself regardless of what type of music I'm listening to. Usually I'm a heavy folk acoustic listener, and these guys just do that tremendously well. They're also really good at imaging and just do a great job of presenting a full, rich, cohesive sound. So for me, I've got the Shuoer Tape Pros going on to the championship match. Now this next matchup, the ArtMagic VG4s and the Sennheiser IE300s, this was pretty close. This was a much, much closer match than the KZ and the Shuoers. So I really like the ArtMagic VG4s. They are a very good all-around IEM, and they're tunable. They've got the little switches on there and you can tune, and they come with different tips and you can tune. So these guys offer a lot, and they're competitively priced with the IE300. They're both around $200 IEMs. And so technical capability wise, I'd say they're pretty close. Maybe I'd give the edge to the Sennheisers just a little bit. I would say that the VG4s on kind of their stock settings, which is what I preferred with them, they're a pretty flat sounding IEM. They don't do anything super well, but they also don't do anything super wrong either. So while I do think they're a good all-around IEM, they just don't excite me that much or bring that much enjoyment for me when it comes down to it. I do feel like their timbre's off just like a little bit, and I don't feel like they quite have the detail that the Sennheisers have. When I would switch to the Sennheisers, these guys are they're just fun. I mean, when it comes down to it, they're just a fun IEM. V-shape, not crazy V-shape, but definitely V-shape. Lot of bass quantity, still some good texture and detail though, and then a lot of treble detail and extension as well. And with that, I feel like the vocals and mids, they kind of take a back seat more so than with the VG4. But ultimately, after I kind of got used to the initial, what do I want to say? The initial energy of the Sennheiser IE300, which can be quite a change if you're coming from something a little more mellow. They just are fun. They're just fun to listen to. Plenty of detail in them, and it's a very good experience. And these are, again, they're so teeny tiny. They come with a nice cable. They're just a nice package, a nice overall, easy to use, easy to get into, fun to listen to IEM. So for me, it's the IE300 that is going to go on to the championship match against the Shuoer Tape Pros. So that's going to do it for our final 4 matchups. It's been quite a journey, I feel like, getting to this point, and I'm getting down to a couple of IEMs with the Shuoer Tape Pros and the IE300s. I'm getting down to a couple of IEMs that I really enjoy, which was kind of the point of all this, to be honest. So thanks for watching. Again, your opinions, drop those down below. Alternative opinions, all that stuff, put that down there. Any questions or anything about these IEMs, drop those down there too. As always, I thank you for watching, and make sure that you're subscribed so you will get that final championship match that will be coming within a couple of days here. So I will hopefully see you then.